Good morning, girls. This is Dr. Kiran Deswal, Assistant Professor English, VGD Government Girls College, Chapra. Today, I will teach you this story, Am I Blue, composed by Alice Walker. In our previous video, we read that this is a story about a horse. The name of the horse is Blue, and what happens in his life. Observing the horse, the author wants to convey the message that we should not dominate or torture or exploit animals. We should also understand their feelings. They are also creatures, though they are not social human beings, but they are living beings. So we should respect their freedom. Instead of forcing slavery upon them, we should give them right to freedom. So let us begin our story. What happens when Blue's partner, the mayor Brown, has been taken away? What happens in his life? He feels lonely, he is utterly lonely, and his loneliness is unbearable not only for the horse but for our writer also. The writer feels pain, the writer can feel that pain what Blue is feeling. It did not, however, last forever. One day, after a visit to the city, I went out to give Blue some apples. He stood waiting, or so I thought, though not beneath the tree, when I shook the tree and jumped back. In our previous video, we saw that the author makes a habit to feed apples to Blue. Whenever she comes out with apples, Blue come nearer to eat apples. But one day, what happens when she comes back from the city? She she doesn't find Blue, and when she look for him under the tree, he is not also there. So she shooks the tree. When I shook the tree and jumped back from the shower of apples, he made no move. This thing also not attracted Blue. He was unmovable. He was sad, that's why he was unmovable. Apples, which he liked most, are apples failed to attract him to draw his attention. I carried some over to him. He managed to half crunch one. This is a human habit. We lost our appetite when we are sad. Same is happening with Blue. He doesn't feel hungry at all. He crunches half the apple. The rest he let fall to the ground. I dreaded looking into his eyes because I had of course noticed that Brown, his partner, had gone, but I did look. If I had been born into slavery. So the writer is trying to realize the pain, the sadness, the sorrow of Blue. Blue is lonely. His partner Brown has been taken away. So the writer says that if I had been born into slavery and if my partner has been taken away, I would have also felt the same. If I had been born into slavery and my partner had been sold or killed, my eyes would have looked like that. So, this is the uniqueness of this story, that the writer can guess or realize the pain of this animal. She realizes the pain of slavery. She realizes the sadness when it comes when you are lonely. The children next door explained that Blue's partner had been put with him. The same expression which all people used I had noticed when speaking of an ancestor during slavery who had been impregnated by her honor. So let me sum up in brief what the writer wants to say. The Blue mare has been put with the horse so that she can get pregnant, and when the task is done, she has been taken away by its owner. So this was the case with the slaves also, which the author narrates here that they also had been put with the honors so that they can become pregnant, so that they could mate and she conceive. And when the mare conceives, she has been taken away by its honor. So all their life is controlled by their honors. They don't have their personal life. Since that was accomplished, since this task has been fulfilled, she had been taken back by her honor, who lived somewhere else. So the curiosity of the writer has been uh, calmed somehow, but she's curious to know, will she be back? I asked. They didn't know. It was unknown to the children. Blue was like a crazed person. In the whole story, we can see that the writer nowhere takes him to be an animal. She takes him to be a person, a human being. Blue was like a crazed person. Blue was to me a crazed person. He galloped furiously. Same which happens with a lonely lover happening with Blue. He became crazy, and he galloped furiously as if he were being ridden around and around his 5 beautiful acres. In sadness, in loneliness, he is unable to control his emotions, so he sometimes he gallops furiously as if someone is riding him around and around his 5 beautiful acres. He went until he couldn't. He tore at the ground with his hooves. So it is happening in his loneliness. He is doing these tasks. He is doing these activities. He is stamping the ground. He is winning. He is galloping. He is shedding tears. He butted himself against his single shade tree. So this is really painful to see what is happening with Blue. He looked always and always towards the road down which his partner had gone. This single line describes that Blue is feeling utterly lonely because the horse, the mare Brown, has been taken away. His partner has been taken away, and then occasionally, when he came for apples or I took apples to him, he looked at me, that why people have did this with me. It was a look so piercing, so full of grief, a look so human. I almost laughed. I felt too sad to cry. This is really pathetic and emotional. The writer feels so sad on the condition of Blue that she is unable to cry. So she laughs hysterically. She wants to mock at these activities. To think there are people who do not know what animals suffer. It is painful for Blue, and he is suffering due to this. But people don't understand this. People like me who have forgotten and daily forget all that animals try to tell us. Animals every day try to recall us. Everything you do to us will happen to you. In this single line, the writer has compared the situation of loneliness, the feeling of loneliness of human beings with that of animals. Animals also feel lonely, that's why human beings also feel lonely. We do this to animals, that's why it happens with us. Many times in our life we also feel lonely. We are your teachers as you are ours. So we control animals, we make them pet, we feed them, we are their masters, and in this respect they teach us the principle, the philosophy of life, and in this way they are our teachers. We are one lesson is essentiality it, I think. There are those who never once have been considered animals rights. So she is criticizing here the people who never talk about the rights of animal. So those who have been told that animals actually want to be used and abused by us, these are the people who have the mentality that we should make animals slave. They are our slave. They are fit to be slave. They only deserve slavery. So we should use them. We should abuse them. As small children love to be frightened, uh, as happened with children in child labor and in child crime, or women to be mutilated and raped. Women are also loved just because so that they can be mutilated and they can be exploited. They are the great grandchildren of those who honestly thought, because someone taught them this: women can't think and niggers can't fight. This is a very a derogatory sentence here. The people of conservating mentality, who think that who thinks that only men are superior. They think that women can't think, women don't have brain, and it's a very derogatory thinking. It's a very narrow mentality. They just underestimate the potential of a race, that is of women. And niggers can't faint. By these two sentences they find the pretense, they find the reason, so that they can enslave women and niggers. They enslave women by saying that you don't have brain, you can't think something properly, and they make slaves to them. They always make them realize that you don't have brain, so you can't think properly, that's why you deserve the second place, you can't be at a man's place. And niggers can't faint. But most disturbing of all, in Blue's large brown eyes was a new look, more painful than the look of despair, the look of disgust with human being. And this single thing make Blue disgust human beings, just because he hates human beings, just because human beings don't do good with him. They are selfish, they just fulfill their selfishness. With life, the look of hatred, and it was odd for the look of hatred did. Whenever we hate something, we don't even like it. It gave him for the first time the look of a beast. And we know that if human beings just do love each other, and if someone hates, they are beast. And this hating thing makes Blue a beast, an animal. And what that meant was that he had put up a barrier within to protect himself from further violence. That's why he is protecting himself, he is reserving himself, so that no one can hinder his freedom again, no one can play with his emotions again. All the apples in this world would not change that fact that Blue will not underestimate himself again. And so Blue remained a beautiful part of our landscape. No one can know the deeper feeling in his heart. No one can know how much lonely he feels. He just to be felt as an image of beauty on a 5-acre beautiful meadow pasture. Blue seems to be a beautiful part of that landscape, very peaceful to look at from, but who knows, there is a storm in Blue's heart. And from the window, while against the grass, once a friend came to visit and said, looking out on the soothing view, we just look on the surface. We don't want to get the real meaning. We don't want to get that there may be something painful behind some beauty, and it would have to be a white horse, the very image of freedom. So, this is verbal irony here. It is very paradoxical. A friend of the writer saying that the horse is an image of freedom, but the writer wants to say that he has been forced to live there. He doesn't have freedom. He can't move anywhere with according to his will. His partner has been taken away uh, without his permission. So how can be this horse can be said an image of freedom? So we just enforce phrases on them, perfect images on them. We don't know the reality behind that. And I thought, yes, animals are forced for us merely to become images, for us merely images. She wants to convey that We force animals to become images for us so that we can fulfill our motto of what they once so beautifully expressed. And we are used to drinking milk from containers showing contented cows. Who knows whether the cows are contented or not? Whose real lives we want to hear nothing about. Eating eggs and drumsticks from happy hens. How can a hen a hen can be happy when its eggs has been taken away, and munching hamburgers advertised by bulls of integrity who seem to be command their fate. So it is very paradoxical, it is very pathetic. As we talked of freedom and justice one day for all, when we talk that there will be justice, there should be justice for all one day, we sat down to sticks. I am eating misery, I thought, because animals are living in misery, and if I eat sticks, it means I am eating misery, I thought, as I took the first bite and spit it out. Somehow, the author wants to convey that we should be vegetarian, we should leave the habit of having goods and materials and edibles from animals. They have their rights, and we should not curtail their rights for our selfishness. Thanks for watching.